Hi everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and it is Spotlight Thursday. We have just a couple weeks left of spotlighting Gayle Agostinelli on this channel before she is a guest on my blog, and you're not going to want to miss that post either, so I'll let you know when that goes live. But today, as I get stuff, you're seeing what my desk looks like, my filming table looks like in real time, as I try to get some stuff out of the way here of what I was working on. And I'm gonna do something with these pieces, I think, so I don't want to go too far with those. I have a couple other snowmen that I saved to put on more tags from what we did yesterday, and I have some trim pieces. I'm going to hang on to that, I think. This I have saved, doilies, a larger piece of this, but we're going to work with the scraps. I think I've got scraps of that over here. Maybe not. We'll hang on to that one in case we need a scrap of that. Today, remember I told you we were talking belly bands today, and not your traditional belly bands. So before I get to the belly band part, I want to show you, I did finally go through and I have 3 completed signature packs ready to go and show you what I did, and then we will work in one of these pages today. So I started with my scrapbook papers, and the scrapbook papers, the wrapping paper, the dyed papers that I did, and I think I used Stampin' Up! Ink. I don't remember what I put in that bottle, actually. I know it wasn't food coloring. I'm pretty sure it was ink that I used in this bottle last summer. So this is one signature of 3. So I have some of my thinner weight. It's the Walmart brand copy paper. Some of the wrapping paper left from Christmas. The dyed paper that I did. One of my silverware bags. This scrapbook paper is from a different collection, and I don't remember which one I pulled it from. But I didn't have enough pieces from Snowflake Splendor to do pieces in all 3 signatures, so I had to pull in from another packet. Oh, this is from Storybook Gnomes. This is a brand new paper pack from Stampin' Up. It's called Storybook Gnomes. It might have actually been in our winter collection, now that I think about it. More of the wrapping paper left from Christmas. And I just kind of alternated all the way around. Each signature has a side patterned print. Let me scoot this over. A side patterned print, a bottom patterned print, and then we'll get to another one. Then I have the doily, more of the scrapbook paper from Snowflake Splendor, another piece of plain white. There are 3 different types or patterns of the Christmas paper in each one. And then another side, but this one has more of the lace pattern to it. And that's my center signature. So I have those all ready to go. Let me see if I can... Let's go with one of our plain whites, so we can decorate that. And I'm going to pull it out of the way, and I'm going to stick this right there so I remember where that paper goes back in. And we will move this off to the side. And this is what we're going to work with today. Now, Gayle, and I'm going to link her video down below, she did 3 or 4 different styles of different types of belly bands. Not your traditional across the center. She did a soft stretchy lace where she did an X on the page that you could tuck a big tag in or something big through it. I can't remember what the other one was, but we're going to do a 3-piece belly band. And we're going to make them to fit this tag. So let's start with the belly band part. Now she used, because she always has a lot of stuff ready to go, she used a lot of things that might have come from off of a master board. But what I'm going to use are 3 different pieces of the scrapbook paper. I think that's the one. Actually, let's not use this one. Let's use these 3. And there we go. Now we'll use the 3 different types of snowflake patterned scrapbook paper here. And actually, I think we're probably going to use the back side of this one. I think we'll use this darker one. Now, we have to know how wide to make our belly bands. Now, technically, if we were doing a single belly band, I would do a belly band approximately 5¼ inches wide. But we're going to do 3, and we need them to accommodate this tag. So I need to make a belly band that is approximately, I'm going to say, 2½ inches wide. Okay? So let me get the paper trimmer up here. And we need 2½ inches wide from each one of these pieces. And we want them approximately, I'm going to say 1¾ inches wide or deep. And then 2½ inches across. Now, is that going to give us what we need? Let's go 2¾ inches. Let's go 2¾ inches, like that. And then we're going to have these pieces we can always play with later. That should work. So 2¾ by 1½ inches. 2¾ by 1½ inches. Okay, that is going to be our 3 belly bands. And I'm going to move my pieces out of the way here. And let's see. Trying to think here. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this one. I think we can get them all on here. That was 1¾ inch. Let's do this one at 2 inches. But I still don't want them any wider than that. So what did we do? 2 3/4. Yeah, we did them 2 3/4. Okay, there's our pieces. We can get the trimmer out of our way and get my pasty pad over here. Did I cut those right? I did. Woohoo! So let's come in with our Night of Navy. And do our edges. This will let this pop off our white page and really give it definition. Okay, and we need to do that to all 3 of those. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to do my tags out of. Probably out of that blue again and back them with the notepad, I think is what I'm going to do. I was awake at 3 o'clock this morning. I got up, and by 4 I was up and doing stuff. And by 9 I was back in bed for a 2-hour nap. Almost 3-hour nap. Bob fixed lunch. I spent time in Kim and Lisa's live, moderating for them. Popped into Dana's when we were done and walked through she walked us through what she did for the challenge over at Janet's channel. And while I was doing that, I was fussy cutting stuff for yet another journal that I'm working on, and I'm going to show you that here when we're done putting this page together, because there's still, while it's not necessarily a monthly challenge, it is a really pretty paper pack to work with from Natalie at Line.Arrow. Okay, so there's that. Got those all dusted. Now what we're going to do is take and I need to put something down under here. I've got a book. Something sticky. I like to use the pieces of my contact paper for this. And it doesn't matter what I put. I can do this all over the back on this one. Unless I wanted to make this a double belly band pocket, and I could do that. But we're just going to slide this over to meet up, right like that. Not the straightest in the world, but that's okay. Let's do this one. See, that one come off a little bit, and because it's the others are level, I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Except I have no scissors here. I left them in the other room. Because my computer is still on the dining room table for a couple more days, and so that's where I was crafting. So must have mismeasured that one. So we have that one. We have this one. I don't know if I really... Yeah, let's do the plain dark one. No, let's do this one. I like this one. I like this side. I like this side. That one's going to be a little off on the other direction, so we'll just come back and trim it up. No biggie. Get rid of that glue dot off of my paper. Okay. Then we're going to come back to our paper, to our page, and we're going to position these to where they're staggered, like that, okay? And we're just going to run our glue, and I want to try and stay as close to that edge as I can so that I leave plenty of room for the tag in the middle. When she did this one, I really liked it, and I'm going to tell you, though, what I did differently from what she did. Because I did do mine just a little differently, or I will when we're done. She did 2 tags, but 3 belly bands. And she had one tag that went through this belly band all the way down to this one, and then one shorter one here. We're going to do 3 separate tags. But before we do, I want to decorate this belly band with some of this trim from out of my scrap rack. And when we made those 2 3/4. So I'm going to take and separate this like this. Okay. And I'm going to take a pencil here and just mark this. Because I'm going to use this one, I think. 2 3/4, so it's going to go right there. And I can do that. Clip this one off. Oops, didn't really want to go all the way through. Didn't really want to go all the way through, so we'll have to add that to a trim on a pocket or something later. And we're going to go, and I could do this by 1, 2, I could count those bumps, but this is going to be faster. And I know I'm going to have to come back and trim, which is not going to be the easiest thing to do. I should have decorated these before I glued them to the page, but you know, you'll have that. Okay. So I can go back and measure here and know that I need to clip off here. And I need to clip off here. Almost need to use my fabric or my ribbon scissors for those. That's close. We can live with that. We can live with that. Okay. There. There. Now you can decorate these belly bands as much as you want or as little. The other thing I want to say is, although we are only doing an element a week on our journal, you can do whatever you want. You can do as many as you want, but I'm just doing 1 a week because there's only, 4 weeks in a month, usually. But you can add whatever you want. It's your journal. I want you to use your toys, your creativity, and make what you want. Okay, so there's that. Now let's come over here, and I think I want to use, we'll go back to this, but before I cut them out of there, I want to go in here and use my paper pad, if I can find it, buried in here somewhere. Or maybe not. Maybe not. There it is. It was in there somewhere. Okay, so we're going to take this, and I'm going to go ahead and take 3 sheets off of here. And I'm going to kind of measure my tag here. Okay, and I'm going to cut the blue off because I'm not going to use the blue trim. I really wish I'd remembered to bring my smaller scissors in here. And I'm just going to do, we'll see how we're doing on time. We're at 16 minutes already. So I'm going to glue this down first. Bad out of glue too. I really wish my computer and my phone would talk nicely to one another. It would help. Now, the only problem I may wind up with is when I cut this tag out, that's not going to be glued on there, is it? We need to make sure we have glue in the center. Okay, there we go. And then we'll come back in with our pencil. And now I could die cut these tags out. But that's one more thing I'd have to have on my desk, and this works really fast. Just to go like this. And I will do the other 2 tags off camera. And when we come back Wednesday for another stick pull, I will show you how this all came together. There we go. Oh, there they are. They're still over here. I was looking for my paper punch. Okay. And then we would decorate this. But I don't want to do anything bumpy on there. And you know why? Because as soon as I put something bumpy on there, it's not going to want to slide through. Because we need it to do this. We need it to do that. So let's... Could have made the tag out of these, I guess. Couldn't I? But that'll make them nice and sturdy. That'll make them nice and sturdy. So let's go ahead and do that. And I love watching these people that fly through their demos. Everything is perfect. No, this is real crafting time, folks. Things don't work. You change your mind. You get an idea on the fly and you just go with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. The other thing is you can do a collage tag here. And that works. Trying to see where I put that hole. And go in the same spot. And because we have some darker stuff in here, let's come back in with this darker twine, shall we? There it is. I was going to say, it's got to be there somewhere, right? And my scissors are under here. And I'm not sure how well that's going to go through there. Well, heck, it didn't go through there at all. Okay, there we go. And I could loop that through, but for time and attention here, I'm just going to do this. Okay. Everything is sticking to me since I played with glue. So here's 3 pockets, and we would put a tag in each pocket, just like that. Okay? So that's what we're playing with this week on our Spotlight with Gayle Agostinelli. And remember, I will leave her link for this particular video in the description box below. Now, real quick, I wanted to show you what I have been doing today. Actually, you know what? I think I'll save that for a Friday video. We're at 20 minutes. So I'm going to stay right here with our 3 tag pockets, or 3 tag belly bands rather. And I will see you back here tomorrow to show you about the other journal that I'm working on for Natalie at Line Dot Arrow. In the meantime, remember to like, share, subscribe, and creative blessings.